Rob, you're up next in Fairfax, Virginia, listening on Sirius XM 131. Hi, Rob.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I've been watching YouTube videos about people's testimonies going to hell and their experiences and I try to keep an open mind. One of my questions is that I listen to their stories about how demons relish and get excited over ripping bodies apart and torturing people, and I just find that hard to conceptualize because I thought hell was set aside of a place for torment for the demons and Satan himself, and that God could handle hell by himself and not needing demons to punish or torture or whatever. I'm not saying he's torturing people, but I was wondering if you could add some insight on that.
Yeah, I think what you said is accurate. The devil and the fallen angels are not going to be caretakers of hell. They're going to be incarcerated in hell. And that's very, very clear in Scripture, including in passages like Revelation chapter 20. So I think you're absolutely right in your premise. The other thing I think that needs to be pointed out is hell is not torture at all. It may be torment, but it's not torture. So the pictures or the images that people come back with after they've had supposed trips to hell and come back to tell about it are simply manufactured. They don't correspond to reality. Ultimately, hell is precisely what people have an earnest of today. Those who live apart from the goodness and grace and glory of God that could be theirs are experiencing hell in the present. But it is an earnest of that which is to come. What happens ultimately is separation. And that separation is shown in the intermediate state with a rich man in Luke chapter 16. He's had all the fineries in life, but then the rich man dies, and he ends up in torment. But again, that's an earnest of what is to come, because that rich man ultimately will stand and give an account for what he did in the flesh. And then death and Hades are thrown into the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the second death, and that is a complete separation forever from the glory and goodness of God. So remember that it's not torture, it's torment. The torment is that you are separated from the very one that you were created to have union with. Again, I think that hell is misconstrued, and oftentimes some of the metaphors that are used in popular books, even the metaphors in Scripture, are taken in a wooden literalistic fashion, as though people are going to be consumed or burned with fire that never fully consumes them. Fire is a metaphor for the horror of being separated from the goodness of God, from the very one who knit us together in our mother's womb and created us for fellowship with Him.